Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban knife style and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the Boker Plus Wasabi, designed by Kansei Matsuno, and see if it makes for a good urban EDC knife. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. It will really help the channel out. Thanks. Boker Plus is Boker's budget line of knives. The main Boker brand knives are made in Germany and the Boker Plus knives are made in China. However, there's quite a lot of good feedback and reviews in terms of the quality and designs of the knives. And I have quite a few Boker Plus knives as well, and I'm generally very happy with them. So this is the box that the knife comes in. Generally with Boker Plus knives, it all comes in this black box, but they may vary in size and shape depending on the knife itself. This knife has a nice magnetic flap and you open it, so it's a bit like a gift box. You get some product information over here, as well as signing up for the lifetime warranty. And inside we've got a very nice sponge cutout with finger holes for the knife. And underneath we've got a silica gel pad. They also provide an Allen key, I believe there's some tool, to open up the hardware for the knife. So that's pretty nice. So here we have the knife, very sleek, very thin, and this is really, I feel, designed like for a corporate executive knife. This is a front flipper tab, so you gotta put your index finger over here and flip that open. Pretty decent deployment. I always find that it's a hit or miss with front flippers because the designs and just the way it's designed, the ergos, sometimes make it hard to deploy, but this was not too bad. This is actually a slip joint. There's no locking mechanism, so it's pretty good for countries which do not allow locking blades. And so you just close it just like that, and that's the knife. So pretty simple. But before we look at the specs of the knife, let's do some size comparisons to similar knives. We've got the CRKT CEO over here. So this is a very common sort of executive knife. Quite similar in shape. The CEO is a bit thinner. Over here with the Boker Plus Kyoto Flipper. So this is another Boker Plus knife. Also a bit similar in look, as you can see. This is the Civivi X-Arc. And this is the one which always gives me a problem in deployment. I always have to put my hands in a very specific way, or fingers in a specific way to open up. But overall, this is also a very nice knife. Finally, we have this Boker Plus Quicken. So I really like this particular flipper. And finally, as always, an Altoids tin. Let's have a look at some specifications for this Boker Plus Wasabi. The blade length is 2.83 inches long, the closed length is 4.08 inches long, and the overall length is 6.93 inches. And the weight is 1.8 ounces, so a very light knife. The blade thickness is 0.08 inches, pretty thin. It's got a straight back style, it's got flat grind, and a satin finish. The blade steel for this is 440C. 440C steel is a high carbon stainless steel alloy with hardness and mechanical strength at its core. The high carbon content relative to other stainless steels gives the alloy its hardness and wear resistance, while the chromium ensures corrosion resistance. This combination of properties make the 440C steel ideal for mid-range knife blades alongside other cutting tools. The handle material is G10, and there are also stainless steel liners. This is a flipper type opening, as mentioned earlier. It's just got that front flipper tab, and this is a slip joint, meaning there's no locking mechanism whatsoever. So a very simple knife. We've got a lanyard hole over here. We've got some hardware in the form of Torx T6, and then there's a T8 for the pivot, and then we've got this very thin pocket clip over here. Personally, I don't really like the look of this particular pocket clip. Looks a bit too thin for me. Then I don't really like the design, but maybe to fit this thinness of a knife, it kind of makes sense, I guess. At least maybe from a design perspective. But I personally like bigger clips, and I like oversized looks for clips and such. So I think even a bigger oversized clip relative to the thickness of this handle, I think will work for the knife. So does the Boker Plus Wasabi make for good urban EDC? Well, personally, I think if you're looking for a corporate executive knife which does not have any locking mechanism, this will probably work for you. It's nice and sleek, it will fit in with any corporate attire. Even if you have it on your table, it might just look like a letter opener because, you know, it's that slim. You just have to get used to that front flipper tab, as personally I always find it quite something, a knack that I have to get to. It's not, to me, it's not as intuitive as, let's say, a thumb stud or a finger hole. And I always have to relearn how to open a knife if it's got that front flipper tab. And once I do, it's fine. But if I don't pick up the knife for a while, then I find I have trouble opening it once again. But the knife itself, construction is great. I think the design looks good. It looks sleek. Now, it is a bit expensive. So the MSRP for this is about $85 US. So that's about $84.95. That's a listed price, but you can get this from dealers for under US $70. But that's still quite a lot to pay for this sort of a knife and for the 440C steel. So maybe from that point, it may not be a good investment or good purchase from your point of view. But if you like the design, you like this Japanese inspired look, you like that sleekness, and again you're looking for a slip joint like that, then I definitely think that this could fit you for urban EDC knife. But what do you think of this Wasabi? Do you think it's worth it, and do you like it for the office? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep it folded, keep it safe.